This channel is designed for adults viewing only, and certain videos will contain rated M for mature video games, featuring realistic violence, gore and suggestive themes. If you are not an adult, do not view the content on this channel.
Don't go anywhere, stay tuned. Get ready to take a trip down memory lane. That Sega Master System controller can only mean one thing. Today we're going to be showing off that Sega Master System Collection. Alright, let's show off the Sega Master System Collection. Let's start off with a random selection of games. Now these are games that I actually recorded episodes on that I have yet to go live on YouTube. Here we have Action Fighter, Quartet. I hate the name of that game, Quartet. And let's look at the crazy box art on these things. They have some of the worst looking, crazy looking box arts. It looks like really cheap clip art. Nonetheless, these games are pretty fun. You'll see in future episodes. And once again, we have Choplifter, and these are still games that have this whole selection I'm going to show you are all future episodes right here. So Pro Wrestling, that is definitely hands down really bad, really bad box art right there. That's really bad. What the hell is that? We have Shanghai Machong. Now I got my air conditioner. I gotta turn that off. Can't have that on while I'm recording. And we have Outrun before I was rudely interrupted by the air conditioner. Let's see if we can. Which version of Outrun is this? That's the US copy. Okay. So you will eventually be seeing some European games as well. Now I'm kind of taking a break from collecting Master System games because it's actually pretty hard to get whole European games. This is the Ninja. That is an American copy right there. This is a Black Belt. And it appears I ordered quite a bit of European games and they just never showed up. Obviously it's a pandemic going on, but it was probably 2 months went by and they just never showed up. So I don't count on them showing up. So I'm just going to be taking a break for just a little bit. And that great football. And the Master System has some pretty good sports games. Double Dragon. It's a great beat 'em up game right there. My all-time favorite sports game on the Master System, Great Baseball. It's definitely a great game right there. We have Global Gladiators. Now this is a European McDonald game right here. This is quite the interesting thing. Let's see if we can see this for a second. And this is a European game, so you can see right here the barcodes are definitely different, and that's what the back of it looks like. It comes in multiple different languages right here. So that is actually one game I actually did receive. And we have a European copy of WWF Steel Cage Challenge, which I definitely highly approve. Pretty cool game. You'll see this in a future episode. Actually, I think this episode already released, if I'm not mistaken. And it has like a little rental code on it right there. It looks like someone rented that game. Let's try to push these down a little bit. So we have a Afterburner. Definitely a classic Master System game. And it actually has some pretty good box art too. That box art's not bad. And you know, it's a pretty decent Master System game for what it's worth. And then we have another classic Master System game right here. Only released in Europe and probably down in Brazil. So let's keep in mind, whatever I mentioned in what was released in Europe, probably released in Brazil as well, because Brazil had tons of games. So it's Lemons. And then we got Lemons right here. And this is definitely a future episode that you'll be seeing. And we got another one right here, Gauntlet. It's another European game. And it's crazy that we didn't get quite a few games over here in the US on the Master System. The Master System was definitely quite the neglected console over here in North America. Everybody loved the NES over here, and this is one of those cards, those Sega cards. Transpot. That's an American game right there. Here's a rare find. I mean, the game might not be that rare, but what we're speaking of here is a rare example of some really good box art in North America on the Sega Master System. This is pretty good, pretty outstanding. Really good box art on a North American game and on the Sega Master System. Now that's unusual. Usually all the Sega Master System games in North America are pretty bad box art. They have some pretty not so good box art. And this is actually a pretty cool game. And that's a future episode already recorded, already scheduled on YouTube, so you guys will be seeing that eventually towards the end of the year. We have a Rocky for the Sega Master System, and then you just have this random picture of Rocky Balboa down there, ready to beat the crap out of somebody. Now that is another future episode. And we have a Rambo. So Rocky and Rambo. It seems like Sylvester Stallone had a little deal going on with Sega or something. I don't know. Look at this. Got Rocky and Rambo. And there was another Rambo game too, which I'll show off in a second. And that's another future episode. Then we have a Spider-Man for the Sega Master System. And this is a European copy of this game. For whatever reason, it was actually a lot less money to import the European copy instead of buying the American copy. So that's pretty interesting. I don't know why that may be the case, but let's look at Zillion. This game is a future episode. Now, the thing with this game is it's a great example of really bad box art, but really cool game. The game is actually not bad. It's interesting. So keep a lookout in the future, as you'll be seeing a future episode of Zillion for the Sega Master System on Memory Lane. And then we have a Ghost House, which we'll be doing a special Halloween episode. This Halloween, Ghost House. We're going to try to play a little bit of this and demonstrate how this game works. And it's on a card. It's pretty interesting. Very unusual. So it will be definitely our special Halloween episode for this year. We'll definitely check that out. And what else do we have here? We have a Thunderblade. Are you guys keeping count? I lost count already. I really don't know how much games I have, but I have more to show off. So this is also another future episode of Memory Lane. Thunderblade. It's a shooter. Pretty interesting. You guys will be seeing that soon enough. And also, our final Sega Master System pre-recorded episode for this year will be Crash Dummies. Definitely one of my favorite Sega Master System games of all time. I remember playing this on an emulator on DOS a long time ago. And I had no idea that it never released over here in the US, but this is a European copy right here. And it's crazy. This game is pretty fun. Love the game. And I just never realized back in the day that it was never released over here in the US. On the Master System anyways. And I finally have a physical copy of this game. I used to play this game a lot. And all these games I just showed off are future episodes. So let's take a look at some additional Sega Master System games that I have yet to record episodes for. And we'll let you guys decide what episodes you want to see next. Alright, got the table cleared off. Now let's show off some Sega Lake Gun games right here. You need the actual Sega Lake Gun to play these. This is a marksman shooting and trap shooting. Now I don't currently have a light gun yet, so don't request me to be playing these yet, because I can't play them. I don't have the magical ability to simulate a light gun without a light gun. So we have a Rambo 3. Now, as mentioned before, there's quite a few Sylvester Stallone games. Probably about 3, I think. I think this might be the 3rd one right here. If there's any others, let me know. But there we go. We got Rambo 2 and 3, and then we had Rambo 1 on the NES, which was horrible. We got Shooting Gallery. I mean, look at that. Got the crazy duck right there. And let's see if we can fix that light. Rescue Mission for the Sega Master System. Now that's actually not bad for box art, to be honest. Never played any of these yet. So eventually I'm going to have to get like a light gun to play those. Now the next batch of games that I have right here are 3D games, which require a pair of 3D glasses, which I will show you here. Let's see if I can show you guys what we're speaking of. A second here. So here we have a pair of 3D glasses that will work with the Master System, and the official Sega glasses are hard to find. So you don't necessarily have to use the Sega ones, as long as you have a pair of 3D glasses that are compatible. Which I could definitely make a future episode on that in the future. This is the 3D adapter. You plug the glasses into that and plug that into your Master System, and then you basically have something the equivalent of like the 3DS but on your CRT TV. I think it kind of looks better than the 3DS, to be honest. So let's show off these games right here. It's not really a whole lot of games, so let me see if I can put these glasses back before they break. I have approximately right now, as we speak, 4 3D games for the Sega Master System. There wasn't a whole lot. Alright, we have Space Harrier 3D. Actually, never tried that one out, so I can't speak on that one. And we have Missile Defense 3D, which I actually tried this one out briefly. You know, it's actually, the 3D effects on it were actually quite impressive. They're actually pretty interesting, I must say. Let me see if we can adjust this lighting here. Alright, let's get some more lighting. There we go. Alright, we have Maze Hunter 3D, which is pretty decent in 3D. It actually looks not bad. Now, when you do use the 3D glasses on the Master System on the CRT, you have to sit probably at least 6 feet away from the TV to actually get the effect. Like Zaxxon 3D. And that's the light gun games. Those are the 3D games. So I'm going to take those off for a second. And now we're going to focus on regular games. Alright, we have a copy of Battle Outrun, which is another European game. Apparently this game never released over here in the US. And let's see if we can get some light here. Space Harrier. This is an American copy of that. As you saw a second ago, I had Space Harrier 3D, so I have both 3D and 2D. Now here we have a European game right here. This is Olympic Gold. That's the Coca-Cola thing right there, the symbol. It's an Olympic game for the Sega Master System. And you have the, pretty interesting. And here's one that I'm curious to play. I haven't played this one yet, but it's a Rampart. Rampart is a Tengen game, and this is a European game also. And it's like one of the earliest tower defense type games to exist. And I love tower defense games. Now this appears to be like a pack-in type deal. This is a Hang On and Astro Warriors. And this has no UPC code whatsoever. So this is actually one of the original games that I actually got with the first Master System lot that I bought. Now back in the day when I had a Master System, I only owned Afterburner and Great Baseball, and it took me a long time to actually realize I had Hang On. As you can see here, Hang On is a motorcycle game. And it took forever for me to actually realize I had a hang-on actually inside the, built into the console. Didn't realize that for the longest time. Alright, we have Fantasy Zone, which is a shooter game. Now these are games that I have yet to record episodes on. As you'll see here, we have Jungle Book. Now this is not the original casing as you can see, but it is Jungle Book, and it has a nice brand new case to it. It has the manual and all that stuff. This is a European game. This was never released over in the US as far as I know. This is a pretty decent Disney game. We're going to definitely have to take a look at that. Okay, we have let me see here. Super Monocle GP Part 2, and you can see that this case is definitely a little beat up. It is a racing game. Now, I do know a store on eBay that replaces the inserts. I might actually order a new insert for that game, because that insert's a little weathered and warped and not looking so good. Alright. And we have a copy of King's Quest. Probably the most, I guess, one of the most rarest North American exclusive Master System games. It's hard to believe that this is actually an exclusive game in the North America, because usually every single thing that North America got, which is only a handful of the library, it was all released in Brazil and Europe, and there was nothing really too fancy over here, but that was actually a North American exclusive, which is pretty damn cool, because King's Quest is an awesome game. Alright, we have Parlor Games. Now, I can't really speak on this game, whether it's good or bad. I have no idea. Never played it. And it's something that we'll definitely check out in the future. And we have Where in the World is Carmen San Diego? Now, I remember playing this on PC a long time ago, but never played this copy of it. These are all games that I've never actually played at all. We have Paperboy for the Master System, as you can see here. This is a European game. The UPC's on right here. This actually was imported from Germany. For some reason, I had better luck importing games from Germany than the UK. I don't know what the deal is, but the Germany stuff actually came much quicker. And I did get a few things from the UK, but then I had a pretty decent amount of stuff that got lost. And it sucked. Like, I think I did not get any of the Sonic games that I bought. I bought Sonic 1 and 2. Sonic Chaos, I bought that, but I never received that one. This is Impossible Mission. This is another game that I bought from Germany, and it arrived perfectly fine, nice and quick. No issues at all. Oh, hit the camera there for a second. Alright, let's see what else we have here. We have a copy of R-Type. This is an American game. You can see the UPC begins with 010086. If you see that UPC code, it's an American game. That's an American UPC code. And then we have a Vigilante right here. And you can see that's an American UPC code right there. You have 5 rounds of action. Look at that Vigilante. This is a game I have yet to play, but it looks kind of like Double Dragon or something. Alright. We have Putt and Putter. Now this is a game that looked interesting to me when I saw it on a video, and then I figured, okay, I want to try this out. It's like a mini golf type of game right here. It looks pretty cool. Have yet to actually play it or make a video on that. Here we have a game, Bavelius, I believe that's how that's pronounced, Valia Doom. And we have some crazy looking box over there, almost looks like a role-playing type game. And yeah, it kind of does look like that. I don't know for sure what this game is, I never actually played it before, but it's something that we can definitely check out. And we do have a Alex Kidd and Miracle World. And currently that's the only Alex Kidd game I own. And we'll check that out in the future and see exactly how that plays out. And what else do we have here? We have casino games. Nothing really too fancy here. Casino games, just same old crazy stuff on the Master System. And then we have a few other European games here. We have Aladdin, which is a European game, as you can see here. Pretty interesting. I never actually played that on the Master System. Honestly, I had no idea that was on the Master System, to be honest. And we have Jurassic Park. You can definitely tell that the insert is not the original insert. You can tell that the quality of the print. I'll probably replace that in the future. The actual insert looks pretty shitty, to be honest. And these inserts are pretty cheap. But that's Jurassic Park. And it's a real legitimate copy of the game, as you can see there. And supposedly that Jurassic Park game is actually really good. Alright, we have Land of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse, and this is a real insert right here, as you can see. Definitely looks much better. This is another European game, and that the insert's kind of falling out on the edge right there. I gotta fix that. And this game I never actually played, but I heard it's actually pretty good. And then we have The Lion King right here. This is a obscure Sega Master System game. Playing The Lion King on an 8-bit console is just plain weird, because over here in North America we're definitely used to playing it on like the Sega Genesis or the Super Nintendo, or even on a PC like with DOS. Playing it on the Sega Master System is just plain weird for us over here in North America. It's like really strange. So I'm guessing over in Europe this is probably normal. Like over and down in Brazil this is probably normal as well. We'll definitely take a look at this and see exactly what the deal is with that. And then we have a copy of Donald Duck, The Lucky Dime Keeper. And this looks like real inserts. And it's another European game, and again, I never actually played this one either. I don't know too much about this game. You see a couple of screenshots right there, and that is the last game that I currently have for the Master System. And I'm going to take a break on collecting Master System games because I've had some pretty bad luck trying to import games. A lot of the games I tried to import, they just got lost in transit. I did have Sonic Chaos, Sonic 1 and 2, and a few other, probably another 20 or 30 games that were supposed to come over to the US, but they did not make it over here, and that really stinks. So I'll probably keep my eyes out for US sellers and see if I can repurchase those games elsewhere. But I did get a few games from the UK, and I had pretty good luck importing stuff from Germany. And the rest of it I bought, like all these Disney games. Luckily, I found those in the US. So somebody in the US was actually selling those, and I was actually able to get those. So if you enjoyed this episode of Memory Lane and you want to see more Sega Master System episodes, if you're intrigued by this collection of games, you want to see videos on them, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and comment down below and let me know what you think.